The Immaterial Games podcast with these guys. You burped. Well done.
Well,
That was nice.
I'm not sure if I burped or it's a hiccup because it felt like a burp, but I kind of did the movement of a hiccup and it felt like a burp on the back of my mouth. It was weird. It was like a crossbreed between a burp and a hiccup.
Nice.
And
So, yeah.
you just don't make
Summer,
the
am I
noise.
right?
Summer?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Got
April.
lovely weather outside.
It's April, isn't it?
No, it's June.
We're in April.
You keep thinking you're in April. We're in
No,
June.
we're in April. All the months moved over by 2.
No.
They have? Because 2 months after Christmas, it's when it snows.
Look, in the UK at the moment, the chances are it could fucking snow now.
No, I doubt it.
Stranger things have happened.
True. Like hailstorms, but not snow.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll snow.
Hey, if it works in the day after tomorrow, it works here. Yeah, because that was a...
See, to me, all the months has basically shifted over by 2. Slowly but surely, they've slowly done that. Since we stopped having snow at Christmas and we started getting it earlier in the year.
So, yeah. Now we've got that little bit of cool down going. This is the Immaterial Gamers podcast, episode 45.
Boom, 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 boom,
Boom, boom. Yeah. And as we record this on Sunday and it's available on Tuesday, this is the special E3 edition in which we don't talk about anything that's happened in E3.
I haven't kept up with anything in E3 this weekend.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing, because E3's got all these stupid day -1 and day 0 and stuff like that. I mean, E3 didn't actually start until yesterday in terms of release time. So, it's not going to give us much information, but we will be back next week and we'll do an E3 special.
Yay! I think I'm
with
working.
whoever's there. So, quick things that I've seen is that EA exist, as they always do. That's about it. Yeah, I certainly, like you, haven't been keeping up with the EA event due to the fact that, well, we were out board gaming on the Saturday.
Board gaming!
Yeah, it was good. I'd like to, see what's going on with Darius, but unfortunately he's not here.
I don't know what's up with him. I've messaged him and I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh well. And we got no Duncan because he's
out drinking.
Out. Yeah. He's enjoying himself.
It makes it sound like we don't enjoy ourselves. I enjoy myself very much when I do a podcast.
I mean in specific situations. He's specifically enjoying himself with family and friends.
Other people.
Yeah, other non-immaterial gamers people.
I think his sister's with him. I'm not sure.
Oh well, Andrea's there, maybe. But you've got Ryan and you got Stefan this week.
Boo!
Yeah, I know. Boo!
We want Duncan and Stefan.
Boo! We want Duncan and Darius and not Stefan. No, we take.
Yeah, just remove us both. Let's go. We're done.
Yeah.
The audience has spoken.
Yeah, the audience has spoken. They don't want Ryan and Steph. Well, tough shit. That's what you get.
They want a D, they want a Terra, and they want a George Michael.
Well, one of those is definitely going to happen, and I feel that we'd have more chance with George Michael.
I think Terry may be a better chance.
You never know. So, yeah, we're watching this on the week where the Women's World Cup is happening, so if I get a little bit distracted and shout yes, that's because good old England have scored.
It's women's football.
Still football.
It's not the same now. It doesn't have. Women's football seems slower when I've watched it than men's. Don't get me wrong, I don't like watching fucking men's football. But women's just seems a lot slower than men's.
I don't know. Maybe it does feel that it's a little bit more technical.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's a lot more technical. It's less drama.
Yeah, I've not seen a women's football player get a tackle and Neymar it down the tunnel.
Pull my leg! Pull my leg!
Oh no, my leg! I must roll to the dressing room. Yeah, so there we go. So now I've pissed off fans of Neymar. Sweet. The question really comes down to: is there anyone I can't piss off?
Me.
Fair.
Because I normally do it first.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, we'll take that. But yeah, in that case, we can just move on from the warm up, and we can go to a very special edition of what's been played.
What's been played?
And the thing about that makes it very special is that it's just what's been played. So, Steph,
Yes.
I asked the question, what's been
I,
played?
I I played a pirate game.
You played a pirate game.
Yeah, pirate game.
Okay.
And I forgot his name, something Park Chop, as my second in command.
Oh right. As part of board game night
I've
or
forgotten
the
the name
board
of the
game
game.
event, we played. I'll help you. It's called Salty Dogs.
Ah, I had a pig.
You had a pig.
I named him
So
Frank.
yeah, for those who don't know what Salty Dogs is, and there's probably not going to be many people who knows what Salty Dogs is, because it's something that Darius picked up from a little card game developer at the UK Games Expo last week.
Yeah, didn't he pick it up with the understanding that we'll do a review?
He picked it up with the understanding that he would do a review,
Yeah, he's doing a review for them or something. He's
or at
giving them
least feedback. Yeah, but what better way to get feedback on a game than by actually playing it?
True, 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 true.
So yeah, what is
Hey,
Salty Dogs, Steph?
Um, I'm trying to remember how it actually plays now. See, we played twice. I should be able to remember this. Okay, you
Yeah.
have you end up with 5 cards.
Mhm.
Well, 5 cards on your main field. Has like a Yu-Gi-Oh mat /
Yep.
Pokemon mat.
Yeah, come with playmats inside the box.
You have you have to imagine this. In your top left, you have a brig.
Yep.
It's like a little cage with a face on it. That says brig.
Yep, very sad face.
Underneath the brig, there is 3 slots for crewmates.
Mhm.
Right on the bottom right would be your first mate.
Yep.
And the top right will be your captain.
Yes.
So you get your 5 cards. You pick which one you want your captain to be, which one you want to be your second in command, and then which one to be your crew.
Yeah.
And then
All
from there,
animal-based captains as well.
yeah, there was a rhino, an elephant, a pig, dog, cat. I'm sure there
Yeah.
was a sloth,
Yeah. The mighty
crocodile.
eagle.
The eagle. Trying to think, would that couldn't have been all the animals? Unless we name each breed a fucking dog, but I don't want to be doing that.
No, there was like monkeys as well, and
Yeah, there was
stuff like that.
monkeys.
Basically, there was tons of animals, even an undead crocodile.
I just class that as a fucking crocodile.
Yeah. Dr. Burrybones.
And the aim of the game, and then you get 5 extra cards, which are a mixture of one of the remaining few crew members that are left that can be placed down if you lose one of your own.
Mhm.
You have attack cards,
Yep.
which come in. I think there was like 2 different types. There was attack as take one of your opponent's crew members and put them in your brig.
Mhm.
There was an attack card to remove stowaways that will. Well, actually, no, let's put it this way. There's stowaway cards that will stop you from being able to put down extra crew.
Mhm.
There's attack cards that will remove the. I forgot what they're called now, and I've just said it.
Move the stowaways.
Move the stowaways or remove an enemy's thing into your brig again. Or you've got the raid attacks where you get to pick a card out of your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
And that was all the types we had. And then you had illnesses, so scurvy and the black dot.
Oh, good old black spot.
Yeah, shame. No cracking went for them.
No.
Then you had cures to cure them, obviously. And from there we had defences. I believe that was all the types of cards, but only certain cards can be defended.
So, and each defense could only be used on each attack as
Yeah.
well. So, you had cannons.
That was defense by fog.
Yeah, because you could just summon fog.
Sirens that were. Was it earplugs?
Earplugs, yeah. Which was a picture of a cat putting 2 rats
In its ears.
in its ears.
And then you had Walk the Plank, which was defendable by
Rubber dinghy.
Rubber Dinghy.
Yeah.
Basically, you walked the plank, but you landed in the rubber dinghy and you're good. Hey, Captain, I landed in a rubber dinghy. Give me
Yes.
back up.
And note how we didn't say a counter for the Kraken.
Yeah, there was nothing for the Kraken.
There's no counter for the Kraken.
There was no counter for any of the illnesses, but you always had a cure.
Yeah.
Um, we forgot one card, Mutiner.
Mm.
The attack card, Mutiner.
Ah, yes. Which
Wait.
basically meant you, what was
You
it? You
stole a
stole
crew
one.
member.
Yeah.
And either added it to your hand or onto your poop deck.
Yeah. Poop.
I'll use the actual words of the game. Poop deck.
Mm. And then, yeah. So it was just, with that, it was simple last man standing.
It was. I loved the
So-
way I conned you all into going against each other. I still lost the first game.
Yeah, you did. Me, I was a great spectator on the games, because while I came third in the first game, I was eliminated in the second pretty damn quickly. Well, quickly. Turns out, trying to go for a balanced board state just means you piss 3 people off.
You know, you never really pissed me off. That was the thing. You see, the whole thing with me is, don't forget, in that last game where we played,
Mm.
I had the 2 spare crewmen in my hand, most of the fence cards, and most of the cure cards.
Yeah.
So it was like, I couldn't attack, but I could make everyone ill. I can defend myself pretty easy, and I can cure myself. It was good.
Yeah. So, do you enjoy it then?
I enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind playing again, but as we told Darius, there is a few things we think they need to work on in the game a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, bits of feedback, like, maybe there'd be a way of varying sort of how to do the attacks and defenses, because
I also think there needs to be a reason why you want to have something as a captain, because this looks good is okay. It's not that bad of a premise of, I like the looks of this guy, he's my captain, this is this. I'd like the cards to have an effect if they're in a certain position.
yeah,
So let's
you
say
sort
each
of,
card has 2 effects. If they're captain, they have this effect. If they're first mate, they have this effect.
mm,
So you can't. It's a bit more strategic.
sort of add a bit more into it.
Yeah, it'll make the game last a bit longer. It should make the game last a little bit longer. But then, if you want a quick game, because it took us about half an hour a game,
I think, yeah, some's like less. I think it was like 20 minutes, something like that.
and the last one, it went faster, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we knew what we were
did
actually
what we were
doing, and it was literally fling cards down, pick card up, done, 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 winner.
Well, for you.
Well, it was more like me and Dennis at the end of it.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
Dennis, the last 2 men standing, it was like, I put this spot on you, well I cure it, and then I pick up this card, and now it shall go again, and now I kill you.
Yep. So, yeah, no, cool. That's a good way to start what's been played. For me, I mean, I could talk about Nemesis. I mean, it's been talked about before. But what I might do is actually talk about what I've been playing over the weekend anyway. So another game was purchased other than Lapis X Labyrinth last week, because I went into my local store and picked up a copy of Capcom's Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, you went CEX, I assume.
I did go to CEX. There are other third-party trading services in the
This is
in
when
the
you said
world.
local, and I thought, oh, hold on a minute. Oh, where would you have got that from?
I mean, it could have been picked
Then
up
I thought
from
you
an
might have gone
Asda.
sale.
Yeah, it
Or
could have been picked up
Tesco.
from an Asda, but other supermarkets are available. So yeah, what is
Okay.
Devil May Cry 5? Well, it is a spectacle fighter, hack and slashy elements, dodging stuff.
Is number 5 the one where they've got 2 of the characters in it?
No, Devil May Cry 5 is where they've got 3 of the characters
Oh, is it 3 of them?
in it.
I knew
Yeah.
it was either 2 or 3 of them, because it had
Yeah.
all 3 of them Dante,
No,
or are they all 3 different individuals?
they are 3 different individuals.
Okay.
This plays as a direct sequel from Devil May Cry 4. They changed the timeline a little bit because it was weird. Let's go back into this. The first game of the timeline of Devil May Cry is Devil May Cry 3.
Okay.
Then Devil May Cry.
Okay.
Then Devil May Cry 2, where Dante disappears into a void and is never seen again. But then Devil May Cry 4 came out, which then ended up something had happened where it was actually set between 1 and 2, and then you had Devil May Cry 5. But they've rebooted the storyline a little bit to go on the fact that Devil May Cry 2 happened, then 4. So
Okay.
Dante suddenly came back and he was there. And in that game, you had the character of Nero, which was not like Dante in any way, but he had apparently had some Sparda blood in him, and he had a right hand called the Devilbringer, which was a spirit of a samurai sword, Yamato. Don't know. It's batshit crazy, the storyline. It's not worth saying at the moment, but
See,
Devil May
I
Cry.
know an anime that works similar to that premise, where the the way they kind of got the demon sword was basically it's an artificial hand that was given to them, made
Mm,
from that weapon.
yeah. But yeah, it came to a point. It was like in 4 initially, the story was that Nero didn't trust this demon hand because he was working for a group of people who were supposed to be taking out demons and devils and stuff. So for him to have a demon hand would be a little bit contradictory. So he was a master swordsman with one hand,
Fair enough.
as it's outlined by one of the characters in the game, Nico in number 5. Uh, he can fight better with one hand than most people could fight with three. So that comes out to it. But yeah, um, it's the same sort of game as any other Devil May Cry. You can use Nero, and he's just like little bits of weird sword play, and you chain combos together and dodge enemies effectively to keep your streak going. It's still got the same rating system from the previous Devil May Cry games, where you can go from D to triple S, where D equals dismal, C is crazy, B is badass, A apocalyptic, S stylish, double S is sick skills, and triple S eludes me, smoking sweet something or other.
I have no idea for the rank. See, I've never
Yeah.
really played that many I think I've played one or two of
Mm.
Devil May Cry. I don't think I've played that many of them.
Yeah. It's not, they are popular, but they're not usually everyone's cup of tea.
I think
Generally
I enjoyed
difficulty.
them. I just never really got it again.
Mm, difficulty curve is usually one of the reasons. People consider them the hardcore spectacle fighter, the sort of the pinnacle. We're not talking Dark Souls, because Dark Souls and Devil May Cry are not even in the same class of games in terms of genre.
Well, one's story based and one's just a grind to see if you can
No, well,
survive
no,
long enough.
well, they both have lore and they both have story. It's just that something like Dark Souls is considered a bit more of a, because it's not a combo based game. It's a tactical read the room game.
Fair enough.
But so the story begins. You've got Dante, you've got Nero, and then you've got this mysterious new character called V.
V.
Yeah,
V for Vendetta.
no, he's just a guy called V. He's heavily tattooed, and his face looks a little bit like Kylo Ren.
Okay.
He's not. But yeah, they go to take on some giant tree in the analog city of Redgrave, not London.
Redgrave, not London. Okay.
Yeah, it's not London at all. It's got Tower Bridge, it's got the palace, it's got Leicester Square, it's got all the sorts of stuff in there.
It's got
But
all
it
the
isn't.
London places, but it's not London.
Oh yeah, absolutely not London.
It's Yorkshire.
Yeah. No, it's some American analog of London. Apparently, that's just how it is.
Is
But
it New London?
no, it's called Redgrave,
It's New London.
like we mentioned. But yeah, Dante, Nero, V get to the boss of the game, some sort of demon king that's trying to take over the underworld after a whole bunch of shit happened, and they fail badly, and Dante gets captured,
Like he does.
and Nero and V just sort of carry on. And Nero's missing his Devilbringer arm because it just got ripped off him. So now he has like bionic arms that just break if he uses them too much. But I'm
Aw.
like,
What did the robotic arms ever do to them?
no, they just break.
Oh, they're just evil. We overuse them.
Well, that's the thing. He does overuse them. That's the premise actually. And then you got supporting characters like Lady, who was some, gunsmith partner of Dante's at one point. You got Trish, his not girlfriend, who looks like his not mum,
Girlfriend is
and
not his normal.
yeah, and then you've got Nico, the chain-smoking, heavily tattooed gunsmith, who builds all the stuff for Nero
Everyone
anyway.
by the sounds of it.
Yeah. So gameplay goes initially because it's a mission-based structure, just like every other sort of Devil May Cry game, and you will end up controlling each of the three characters, apart from some levels where you can control any of the three characters. So some levels start off as just Nero only, some levels will start off as V only so far. I assume you get Dante later on.
Okay.
I've got to the first mission on it where you can choose either V or Nero, and they have their separate path through the same level, and it has a co-op system in it, in a little bit of a sense.
I think I've actually played this one before. I think I've played a demo of it.
Maybe. I mean, it only came out a couple of months ago, so there's the possibility the demo may have been around. Maybe.
Sounds familiar. The
yeah.
start of it sounds familiar.
But yeah, so it has this co-op mode in it where while you're fighting, the person in the other side can do their fighting, and you'll see their combo rankings as you go through, because you can then provide each other good ratings, and they'll give you revival orbs to help you throughout the game later. But yeah, I'm liking it. I like Nero's strategy, or his style. The same as he was in Devil May Cry 4. He's got a motorcycle sword. Don't ask. And a revolver that shoots two bullets out at the same time.
That's plausible.
Yeah. Well, ish.
World.
But yeah, his is just basic Devil May Cry combo play. V's style is a little bit different. He's very brittle.
Glass cannon.
Yeah. So he summons demons to do the fighting for him. He has a bird called Griffin, and he has a puma called Shadow. And so the idea is that you have to position yourself around the map as V to not get hit so much, while also being close enough to allow Griffin and Shadow to do their attacks.
Okay.
And then he has a special mode where he summons some big blob demon thing called Nightmare as his special move, and his hair glows all white like he's Super Saiyan.
That's not Super Saiyan, that's Ultra
I
Instinct.
know. Huh?
That's Ultra Instinct.
Whatever. I know my stuff, he says.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I'm not Jon Snow.
That's good, because
But I still know nothing. Anyway, yeah, so I'm sort of enjoying it. I'll see where it goes. I want to get to the bits where I fight with Dante, because, I mean, it's not Devil May Cry if you don't have Dante in it.
Just the devil.
Well, it's just crying.
That too.
So, yeah.
Never a good thing.
So, yeah. No, I'll keep playing that. Maybe speak about it a little bit further. Maybe because of the fact that you can replay the levels in 2 different routes. Maybe try each more and just keep going from there.
Sounds good.
Aye. So we're X minutes in, and we're about halfway through the podcast now. So I'd love to see more discussion on this, but it's time for news.
News time.
The time where news is news time. So got some stories on here. Want to look at this one because it's basically E3 business. So we can have a look at a couple of quick stories that come out. First of all, it's to do with Bungie.
Hold on, let me actually look at the news.
Okay, sure. And while you do that,
Oh,
I'll
it's
just read it. Yeah, it's that one. So Eurogamer, along with a lot of other news sites, reported that Bungie is changing the way that they are doing Destiny 2 content, and maybe at this point even how they do Destiny content going forward. So 2 things were announced this week on the 6th of June. So it was the Friday, Thursday, around that time. Destiny 2, from the 17th of September, is having 2 things happen to it. First, they are releasing a expandalone game called Shadowkeep. So it will be the continuation of the Destiny 2 story, but the key component of that is because it is an expandalone, you can purchase it separately and not need any of the other content to play the game. In addition, they're making every bit of Destiny 2 content so far free to
Free to
play.
play.
So that's pretty interesting that they've done that at this particular junction. And there's like some other little like stuff that's done before because they've released a new season this week as well called the Season of Opulence on Destiny 2, which now adds the new Menagerie mode in it, which is sort of raid light experiences. So, that's pretty cool. But it's the fact that they've decided to sort of do that not long after. I mean, to be fair, well, actually, I say that it's actually been 6 months now, isn't it, since
Just a breakup.
Bungie broke up with Activision.
Hold on, I'll check the date when that happened.
Oh, it was January. It was 6 months ago.
Wow.
So, yeah, 6 months ago, they split with Activision, and now they've sort of changed how their game's going. It seems that they're actually going to a design that they wanted in the first place. Sort of allow people to choose what parts of Destiny they actually want to play and do it. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, I mean, with the free-to-play stuff, that just allows people who don't want to play, say, the story, and they just want to sit there and play Crucible all day, they can do it on a free-to-play basis.
Mm.
And the other thing on that I should have quickly mentioned as well, it's coming to Steam, and
Yeah,
there's cross-save across all consoles.
I was about to say the bring cross save. I remember reading that bit on something else.
Yeah. So while we're not having cross-play, you've got the next best thing.
But then the cross save was always there. You just disabled it.
Was it?
Yeah, because when Destiny 2 first came out, and it was it I don't think it was Destiny actually. I think it was something else.
I was about to say, because there was never any idea of cross-play.
It was Warframe that had cross saves already built in.
Mm.
Because when
Yeah.
Warframe when it came out for PlayStation, people who had it on PC could transfer the saves over to the PlayStation one.
So it was, and that was a limited cross-save, wasn't it? As opposed to that was a
Yeah.
window, a bit like Rockstar as well with
Yeah, they did it
GTA
with
5.
GTA. Yeah.
It wasn't something that was there the entire time. Now I know that can lead to its own problems with cross-save because that means if say Bungie's
Exclusive content and stuff like that.
well, I mean, I guess going free to play now means that there isn't any exclusivity deals that they can throw in. If what they've done has been clever, maybe the thing that I've got on that is I think the exclusivity deal was between Activision and Sony, for example, not
Not Bungie and so on.
yeah. So that's where I go in sort of in regards to that. But the sort of concern, I guess, is just still that same concern, is that when Bungie goes down, it's going to go down for everyone. Absolutely everyone.
The cross saving between Xbox One, PC, including Google's, but not PlayStation.
Ooh. Oh, that might be... I think Sony needs to get their act together on that one.
Because it's right near the bottom.
Well, that's bad news for Sony, because, I mean, they really could be doing stuff. I mean, if it's even going to be available on freaking Strada, for God's sake. Well, Stadia, is it? Not Strada, Stadia.
Yeah, Stadia.
So, that's going to be ridiculous.
And it's also removing from the Blizzard Battle.net over to Steam. So in other words, does that mean we're going to have to re-download it again, or...?
That'll most likely be the case.
Fair enough.
And then that will then also mean that there will most likely be a system that we'll have to use to transfer the data over from Battle.net to Steam. Some sort of linking system to allow that to happen. Because I reckon everything's going to go onto like a central like Bungie net account and stuff will go there. But, I'm looking forward to it. I'll look to see how it does. I mean, I'm actually interested in Shadowkeep. It looks nice. Be nice to go back to the moon.
The moon.
Yeah. So, we will see.
The only thing is it just going to be a raid on the moon, or are we actually on the moon again?
No, it's a brand new story.
That's fine then.
That's what they mentioned. It was mentioned it was going to be along the same lines of Forsaken and Rise of Iron. Heart of Iron?
See,
The last expansion for Destiny 1.
I also wish, when we're on Earth, we actually had the old sections of Earth as well.
I mean, in an ideal world, we would want absolutely everything, wouldn't
Oh
we?
yeah, it's like in an ideal world, we want a Pokemon game where you can start off in any of the regions you want and travel to any other
Mm.
region.
Yeah, I mean, the ideal thing would be that Destiny, as this 10-year mega franchise that they were trying to go for, would have just been Destiny. There shouldn't have even been a number two
Oh no, they
in
should
in
have
the
not.
concept, if
It
you know
should
what I
have just
mean.
been it should have just been. It should have been something like WoW or
I would have said,
Dragon
you
Age
mentioned it
Online.
before. I would have gone more with Warframe, a continuing sort of story on that, and you can keep going back to Warframe. It works. It has worked. They have their cinematic quests. They have a story that's going along, and they've not needed to build 2-3 games to do it. I mean,
True.
granted, over their early access cycle, they've basically changed the content in the games to make it like 2 or 3 games, but
True.
it's still
Definitely
Warframe at
true.
the moment. So
And they have no plans of making Warframe 2. Just to
nope,
keep expanding Warframe.
yeah, which is absolutely perfect. I mean, the new war or whatever it's going to be called, the one that's going to be coming out this summer, that's that's effectively turning Warframe into Warframe 2, in a
See,
sense, in terms of the
well,
story.
it depends on the story, because what number 2 basically started once the new fighting come. If you actually think of it this way,
Mm,
number 2 started as soon as the new combat mechanics came in.
yeah.
Because it's the same thing that happened to RuneScape. When the new combats come in, RuneScape changed dramatically. And then they kind of went, oh, well, now we have 2D version of Minecraft, old version, and the actual version of Minecraft. Well, I'm saying Minecraft for some reason, it's RuneScape.
Mm. So yeah, we will move on in regards to that because we are in a nice looking forward situation for Bungie at this point, free from the shackles of Activision. We'll see how
Um,
that goes.
New War hasn't actually been given a release date yet.
Oh, was it not? I thought it was. It was going to be this summer sometime.
Expected release date is before TennoCon 2019, which would be next month.
Mm. I reckon that'll be delayed. It'll be teased again at TennoCon.
Yeah, I think it'll be released well, announced more at TennoCon.
So late summer, I'd say, probably September, something like that. Just bear in mind that they usually release the cinematic quests sort of every like third of the year. So
I have to admit, we've not had a good quest for a bit in Destiny.
yeah. Well,
Me and Warfare.
well,
I'm
we'll,
getting
we'll
games mixed up here, literally.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Minecraft is becoming RuneScape. RuneScape's becoming Minecraft. Warframe's
Oh,
becoming Destiny.
oh no. Well, Minecraft story mode's becoming extinct. Uh,
As long
nah.
as they still do the dungeon thing they're planning, I don't give a damn.
It'll be a Netflix interactive series now.
Oh, it
Minecraft
is, isn't
story
it?
mode. Yeah.
I forgot about. I wonder if that will disappear then.
That depends. Depends who's got the rights. If it's just a Netflix rights, then there we go. So,
Mm.
right, we're going to move to some selfish storylining here, or selfish news. I like shoot 'em ups.
I don't. Well, it depends on the shoot up.
Ikaruga, R-Type,
Yeah, you like the 2D space shooting thing, don't you?
yes.
Yeah,
And I
not
loved
really my
R-Type
thing.
from its
Don't get me wrong,
classic
I can
days on
play
the
them, but
classic days on the Master System.
R-Type Final 2.
Yeah, R-Type Final 2. So,
Scroll
my
down and
God,
start written across the video.
yeah, R-Type Final was the final game released by the company IREM, and they made sure that it was going to. That they called it R-Type Final for a reason. They were done with R-Type.
They
To a
lied.
point, they released a tactics game called R-Type Tactics on the PSP 2 years after Final came out. But yeah, so a bunch of people for a company called Granzella got permission from IREM and the key staff to do essentially a sequel to R-Type Final called R-Type Final 2, and that
Should have
was
been.
according to
It should have been R-Type Final Rebirth.
I. Yeah, or just R-Type Final Fantasy. Because that's the continuing running joke, isn't it? Well, it's not final. It's not the final Final Fantasy. Like, No, it doesn't matter. But yeah, June the 5th, Thursday, according to Eurogamer, they launched a Kickstarter campaign for it. Like a couple of
Kickstarter.
days into the campaign, it's funded.
You do it.
Woo!
Did you fund it?
I have not funded it.
Did you put all the Immy money into it?
What Immy money?
The imaginary Immy money.
Yeah, the imaginary Immy money. Right, so it was
It's
updated
an
on the.
online currency that's worthless.
Where's
It's just as bad as Bitcoin.
Still plenty of stretch goals to be met. I'm looking at this right now. Okay, so 550 yen. You
Wow, is
get
it
some
still doing it in
thanks.
yen? Wow, it is.
Digital copy 3,300 yen or more. A digital copy download code of R-Type Final 2 for PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, or Steam.
I love the fact that 3,300 yen is 24 quid.
Yep.
But then
Let's
I've
see.
never really been surprised at that when you watch shows and they goes, oh, 500 yen for milk. So in
Yeah.
other words, milk's cost them something about 4 quid for a little bottle. It's like a fucking little drinkable can of milk.
45 hours to go. Hold on, this can't have only come out last week. I don't know if this is old. No, it's not old.
This has been up since the 11th.
Yeah, so the campaign's been there since the 11th, but the news only broke about it beforehand. Well, anyway, that'll be pledged. I think.
No, yeah. This has got till Tuesday, 4 p.m.
Yeah.
at BST time. Let's see when the first thing was put up for it. The first thing was the 4th. Wow, they really did not have this up that long.
No, they haven't. They had the story up.
They've had it
but
up since the 3rd. It's literally they've put it on for a week, just over a week.
Jesus Christ! All right, fair enough. Well, go R-Type. So
The project was launched on June 3rd.
So it really wasn't. So in a week, they've managed to do that. A week. Well, I'm happy for him. I like R-Type. I was never really fully good at them, but
How many stretch goals are left?
I have no idea. No idea on how on the stretch goals there.
Okay, they've got how much are they up to at the minute? 546,000. The next one's at 70 or 700. But then it's really weird because the backing thing's all in yen. The
Yeah.
top of it's all in pounds, how much they've so far got, and then the stretch goals are all in dollars.
So it's all over the place. Well, you can always click the conversion button. Here we go. Converted from 75 million yen pledged of its 45 million yen goal.
Can you convert it to back in American? So that means we can see where about the next stretch goal if it was going to get placed. Because the next stretch goal is at 700k.
No, I don't know. But we shall move on to one more story. I was going to look at the one of the Sims having the stuff.
Who would back a game for almost £8,000?
People do it.
You have some belief in this game, and if I was backing a game for that much, I'm sorry, I want money back if they make money.
It's not meant to be an investment, is it? It's meant to be a fan base thing. It's supposed to be those who are passionate about it. But you look at something like, oh god, what's the name of the crowdfunding thing? It's the one used by developers for developers.
What, like Indigo?
No, it's a specific one for game development. Like Jib or something like that. I've forgotten the name of it. But they do treat that as investments. So, you know. But, right, before we move on to the last story, you know, EA have finally caught up with modern times and added, or are going to be adding stuff into The Sims 4 in the form of mermaids, magic, and stuff for the LGBTQ community, including gender-neutral toilets.
I still don't get that though, because what is adding the gender-neutral toilet to the public area in the game? Because when you build your own house, maybe? It's just a general bathroom. I mean
it's a toilet.
That's just a bathroom. It's gonna be. It's not prioritized.
Yeah, I
Said
mentioned.
data.
Yes, I mentioned that pre-podcast. It's like, oh, it's a gender-neutral toilet, or as it's known in a house, a toilet.
Yeah.
But I say that. But I mean, if it is public spaces, then good on EA for finally catching up with modern times. But anyway, yeah, EA, well done, you caught up eventually. So last story, and this is the biggie, because this is something I saw about 2 hours ago. Though it broke yesterday, particularly on Kotaku, and I saw it as a Jim Sterling video about 2 hours ago. The company Xseed, they are known for localizing JRPGs. They've come out and been a bit dickish here, to say the least. A member of the team, a Brittany Avery, worked there for 7 years. Part of the localization team, she was, according to employees who worked there, someone who was critical in making sure that these games were localized correctly for American audiences. She left the company, and she's now noticed recently that Xseed have been removing her name from the credits of games that she worked on.
Can they actually do that?
Um, Technically, they can, but you have to be a real scummy bastard to do so. And people have noticed this. She's tweeted it out. She's noticed that a game's removed from Trails of the Cold Steel, or Trials of Cold Steel, and Trials of Cold Steel 2, and or Trails even, not Trials. And yeah, she noticed that the credits have been removed, so she's talked about it, and people have started lashing out at Xseed on Twitter, and the company responded, and they responded with this.
I have one question with this then. With
Right,
their
hold on.
response. Do their response, and I have a question for their response.
Okay, fair enough. Quote: We appreciate the hard work of everyone who contributes to our releases, but it is, and always has been, company policy that only current members of our staff are credited. We have never credited staff for their individual roles or if they have left the company. End quote.
If all the people who worked on the game leave, does that mean there's no credits?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If everyone leaves, who made the game? Just the label? Just the name? It's just no that. If that's supposed to be PR, and I'm doing it again. We've got no face cams. Imagine me looking at a phone with the quoted Twitter text on it, and then turn it off and throwing the phone away. If that's supposed to be a good PR response to removing people's credit and experience and their CV from the records, you are fucking stupid.
I have to admit though, if someone did leave them, does that mean they technically would never be able to get another job because they technically have no experience, no credit to any of the games that they're saying they helped do?
Yeah, I mean that well it does. It
Or,
does.
or do you have to go to this interview without them knowing at all? And going, I worked on these games, look at the credits quick, because they're going to remove it as soon as they find out if you hire me or not.
Yeah, that's just fucking ridiculous. It's God. I'm being angry as Jim Sterling now because I don't know how many times I heard the word fuck during that video, but it was an 8-minute video, and I'm sure I could count it in the double digits at least. But no, it's out of order. Let's be honest.
It's not
Credits
the
are there
worst
for a
thing I've heard a
reason.
company do this week.
What did you hear a company do?
It's more what Apple's brought out and trying to make people pay for.
That's yeah, that's not
That's
scratching
more,
people's work
that,
history off the record, though, is it?
come on, this is being a cunt. That's what Apple's doing, is being retarded.
Well, them
Being
and their cheese
retarded to me is a lot worse than being a cunt.
Yeah,
At least
well,
they're telling you, no, we're being a cunt. Apple's
yeah.
literally go, this is new, this is good, buy it.
No,
We made it.
I haven't actually bought an Apple device. I got gifted an iPad Mini. I've
See,
never bought one.
iPads, iPhones, okay, tablets, they're Macs, yes, all good. But why bring out £1,000?
Cheese grater.
Basically, yes.
I don't know. But so back to the topic on that. This isn't like in terms of games and stuff. This has happened. You know, there's apparently big companies that do this, just wipe people away from the records. Here's the big one: Kojima from Konami at the time, Metal Gear Solid 5. He said that was going to be the last Metal Gear Solid game. They all but fired him, removed his name from all the marketing material
But
and the game.
it's like what Thingy's done to Mojang, but Mojang's more of an asshole. Reason why they've done it to him.
Well, no, Notch. Notch is a dick.
Yeah.
Let's
Because
bring it out
he's
there.
been
He's a
removed from
fucking
everything of Minecraft now.
well, yeah. And that point though,
That's
is
that's
for good
because
reason. He's a fucking he's a homophobic, transphobic bigot.
he's Donald Trump.
Oof. Donald Trump of gaming. He it and the fact that that's apparently that he comes around and said no, I was always like that is just a dick because that basically means you played the humble indie developer until you got a bit of cash and then went fuck you.
Mm.
You know, and he'll probably still be there. It's like I don't care what people think about me. I've got this house.
I
Yeah,
have all this money. I have this house. Now go away.
yeah. You run out of money eventually, mate. That's how that works. But yeah, and
Is
it's
he still
happened with.
getting royals for Minecraft, or is that literally off him now?
It's off his hands. He sold a lot
I didn't
when
know if
Mojang got
he
bought
sold
by.
it for let's say I'm gonna sell my company, but I still want like say 10% of fucking profit or some shit like that.
I think he just took the flat 2 point whatever billion paycheck and then went right, fuck you all. But yeah, I mean, Exceed, they're gonna have an uncomfortable few days because this is the sort of the other question that got asked by Jim and people on there is that it's company policy. You know who has the ability to change company policy, right?
The company.
Correct. So, yeah, that'll be as what's being described. That'll be a backtrack, we reckon.
But
soon.
then who? Because I'm assuming Exceed Games runs through someone else as well. Because
it's just
I'm assuming the people who give them the games to
localize.
localize may also find this wrong and go, okay, no, you're not doing it anymore. You need to change your policies.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean developers have been coming out, and when you've got a developer from Epic Games calling you out on shit practices.
Something's wrong there.
Yeah, Nick Chester from Epic was like oh yeah, you go into the office on a Monday, see what goes on there. I not quoting fully on there, but it was something along those lines. So yeah, Exceed, get your shit together, because it's one of these things. It's apparently
that
they're a good
literally
company, but
happened
this one
Friday
piece of
night,
policy.
didn't it, as well? For fuck's
Yeah.
sake. Wow, they're definitely coming in on the 10th with someone getting sacked.
Oh yeah, someone is walking in. Whoever's what will probably happen is they'll. This is going to be the awful bit, and this is proper games industry bullshit at this point. They'll change the policy, and they'll fire who wrote that tweet.
But then, see, to get that tweet, I'm assuming their head of what this would be classed as
Social media.
media would have gone to HR,
Mm.
asked them about it to get it's company policy bullshit.
Mm.
So, and but just tell them it's company policy. So, I'm assuming HR may also get a bit of a
A bit of a roasting, shall we
Yes.
say? Yeah.
But then, if it is company policy, I can see HR just getting a slap on the wrist, and that person definitely being sacked.
Yeah. So we will get that there because talking about getting our shit together, we are gonna get our shit together to wrap this up. This podcast. Ryan Word's good.
Ryan Word's good? Is that
Yeah.
your new name?
Yeah, Ryan Word's good. Yeah, it's
Ryan Word's good.
it's first name and then a character trait now. So it's Ryan Word's good. So we will go to the wrap up on this. So if you've liked what you've heard, please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, tell your family
Tell your wife, tell your kids.
that somebody's podcasting out there. He gonna find you.
Climbing through your windows.
And then and then we're now on Spotify. Well, I say now, we still are. We're on Apple Podcasts. Sorry, it's still iTunes at the moment. On the YouTubes. And speaking of YouTube's content, Mondays, role-playing Nottingham games. Tuesdays, podcast. Wednesdays, every other Wednesday now is Shattered Reflections. Myself, Duncan, Darius had a word with it about it. We're going to try and work to something better suited to our workload. But
Once a
Thursdays,
month.
yeah. Thursdays is still maybe where dull play will go at some point.
It'll come sooner or later.
Yeah. Fridays, play session. Fridays, war table. Ryan, get the schedule together. And Saturdays, play session. Sundays, sibling rivalries. And anytime we feel like it, either Immaterial takes on or something immaterially different. So, with that, I would like to thank Steph.
I'm watching a villager get fucked.
Yeah, how about sign off?
Bye, people.
Yeah, there we go. And until next time, this is Ryan of the Immaterial Gamers saying, have a good week, and for God's sake, please don't remove credits from people.
And for God's sake, kill each other with rumbas already. I've been waiting to see that on the news.
Oh God! If Rumba does that, I'll
If someone does that, you do
I'll
know
message
where.
Samurai Punk and just say to him, "Oh my God, what have you done? Did you predict this?"
Yeah, but the better thing is, if someone actually does it, and we've asked them to do it, I'm assuming we're getting credit for this as well.
Conspiracy to murder. Right. We'll see you next time, people.
Yodo.